Welcome to this case study. My name is Nizar. I'm the CEO and founder here at Simply Scaled. We're an e-commerce growth partner that specializes in scaling multi-6 and 7-figure brands using modern day growth frameworks. Now, in this case study, I'm going to try my best to not reveal any of the personal information of this product, but we're going to show you exactly how we help one of our clients grow from $6,000 per month to over $100,000 per month in just under 12 months. And yeah, that's an 850% increase. And I actually have their Shopify here right in front of me. I'm actually going to refresh it here just to show you guys that there's nothing like fake here. This is all real stuff. They're about $1,000 in right now. They're in the Hong Kong time zone. So this is actually like right around like, I think 4 or 5 a.m., something like that. So right now, as you can see for this month, we're sitting at about $99,000. Actually, we're about $102,000 before refunds. But I want to actually take you back to show you where these guys were when we first started working with them. You know, 6K to 100K is a pretty big jump. And I do want to show you that that is actually the truth. So I'm just going to click here and then take you to the analytics. And then there we'll be able to see going back to January of 2022. So if we go to January 2022, they're actually doing about 4.7K a month. February, I think they were doing about 6K, and we started working with them in March. So in February, they were doing about $6,000 per month. They had about a 2% conversion rate. However, they were only driving about 2,000 sessions, so it wasn't anything crazy. They had a very low returning customer rate, and their AOV was about $68. And this was on high end. But looking at a 90-day slope, what we saw is that, you know, the revenue is about 6K per month. They were only running about 5 Facebook ads that weren't really converting too well, and they were mainly relying on PR. And they had an email list that they would send a blast to every couple of weeks, and that would kind of like get them some sales, but it was never consistent. As you can see, there's very ups and downs, and like, you know, they were doing about $400 a day, $500 on a good day. So now what I want to do is take you just to last month as an example. So if I go to like the last month, just so you can see, we did about 114,000, which was an 808% increase from the previous year. And even from the previous period, it was about a 30% increase. So we were increasing about month over month, about 30%. Now, just to show you here from previous year, we can see that even our conversion rate is up about 50%. And our sessions are up 500% with their AOV at $93, about 31%. And their returning customer rate is up 40%. So just looking here, so the revenue is about 110 to 150K. So if we actually look, they did about 114 last month. If we go to this month right now, we can see that we're on the 19th of the month and we're already at 102,000, like I just showed you earlier, but about 99,000 here. And then we're only at the halfway through the month. We actually just passed halfway through the month about 4 days ago. Their conversion rate sitting at a 2.4, AOV's up to $114, and the returning customer rate's about 11%. So as you can see, we're up 800% year over year. The conversion rate is 50% higher. AOV is about 30% higher. Returning customer rate's about 40%. We're spending about $30,000 to $6,000 per month on ads right now, primarily Facebook and Google. And I actually have our ads manager open here. So I'm going to be walking you through our Facebook ads as well as our Google ads and show you exactly what we're doing there. But we also have their email and SMS and CRO fully on lock to make sure that we can like maximize on every single conversion. So real quick, if this case study is going to be perfect for you if you're an e-commerce brand that's doing about 30K plus per month and you're spending more and more on ads, but you're seeing a downward trend in your ROAS every time you do so. If you're tired of seeing your competitors take over market share and you know that you need to increase your traffic, but you don't want to risk all that ad spend going to waste and not converting. And this is a very big one. If you've worked with an ad agency that flopped tremendously, unfortunately, this has become way too common these days. And you're looking for a risk-free way to grow your brand's sales, traffic, and valuation. So you can probably exit soon. Now, I also want to stress that if you're looking for the next magic pill, this isn't it. Like, we follow a very systematic growth protocol that is 100% data driven. So a quick rundown about myself. So I've been in e-com for about just under a decade now. I got 2 university degrees in electrical engineering and marketing. And I've grown 2 of my brands from 0 to 7 figures in just under a year and exited 1 of them. So I've spent millions on my own capital on paid ads, and I consult 7 and 8 figure brands as a fractional CMO to help them build better growth teams. So just to touch on a little bit about who we actually work with here at Simply Scaled, we only work with multi-6 and 7-figure brands, and we have one ideal client delivering one specific solution, and we're pretty damn good at it. We're extremely lean. We don't make you pay for our fancy office. We're a team of 5 full-time members, 10 total if you count all of our freelancers, and we're boutique. So we only work with about 15 to 20 brands at a time, and we have a deep understanding of each of our partners' unique goals. Now, hopping back into this case study, I know this is what you're here for. You're not here to listen about my whole life story. So what did we do to help this client actually 8.5x their business in such a short amount of time? So going back to when we first met this client back last year, so if we go back to about February of 2022, as you can see, they were doing about 6K per month. The conversion rate was okay. Their average order value was 68 bucks. What we noticed is that, you know, they had 20 different SKUs. They were only selling one specific product. Their product pages were very, very basic. Their CRO fundamentals weren't really there. They were running about 5 ads with very poor performance, and they had a very weak offer. Their conversion rate was under 2%. Their AOV was about 45 bucks, and their pixel setup was actually completely messed up. So they weren't even tracking their ads properly. So their CTR was below 0.2%, and their CPC was over 5 bucks. So what this all equated to was a severely unprofitable sales channel. We saw the potential in this brand, and we knew right away that we can help them scale to at least 50K months, and we actually hit 60K in the first 4 months, but I'm gonna show you that a little bit later. So now I'm gonna walk you through step by step of how we did this. So step one was we wanted to really make sure their conversion rate was on point. So our goal was a 2+% conversion rate. So what we did is we did a full new website theme build, and that took about 2 weeks. We built custom offer landing pages, about 10 different landing pages, and then we implemented basic CROs, so like sticky add to carts, FAQs, shipping times, you know, all that other stuff. And we added our 8-step in-house email and SMS cart abandonment system, and this one gets about 35% of all of your abandoned carts back. We also wanted to increase the AOV, so we added in-cart upsells, cross-sell offers, bundle offers, post-purchase upsells, post-purchase gift unlocked reminder flows on email and SMS, and these, by the way, work wonders. Step 2 was we really needed to dial in the retention marketing. So for that, we started with the standard e-com like email and SMS flows, which was the welcome series, site abandonment, browse abandonment, post-purchase. This one, you want to make sure you split your first time and your repeat customers into different flows. Customer win back and sunset. This will make sure that we out-earn our CPC, so we're always profitable. Step 3 was building high converting ad creatives. Now, our team crafted high converting ad creatives and videos for these guys because we have full graphic designers, copywriters, and video editors on our team to work on these accounts nonstop. So our CTR was about 2 to 5%, and we were testing different offers on different landing pages. So during this time, we were still running ads to maintain sales as we were building all this stuff in the back end. Now, the client had a new product launch that was happening, so we were actually spending the majority of our time planning how we were going to have this launch. So just going back to show you, while we were doing all these optimizations, kind of what was going on in the back end. So we started working with them in March. About April was about $12,000. So if we go based off the previous period, we were growing about 40% month over month. You can see May was about 22,000, so we're actually up about 70%. And then, June, I think was a little bit lower. Yeah, it's about like 18%. And this is where we were testing a lot of different things, right? We were testing different offers, different landing pages, really trying to figure out what's going on here. In July, we actually went back up to about 26K. Now, August is where they had their new product launch. So August was when we actually launched that new product. And as you can see, we were able to rack in about 69,000. So this was actually their highest month yet in the business. We were able to hit 69,000. This was about like 4 or 5 months working with us. And as you can see, we got the conversion rate up pretty well. We had our AOV doing pretty solid, and our sessions were growing pretty rapidly. They were doing about 3,000 sessions before. Now they're doing about 18,000, and their returning customer rate was okay. So now it came down to scaling spend. So this is where we really test everything at the beginning. So we do broad lookalike based off of web events, lookalike based off of customer list. And then this is a specific lookalike that we build internally based off of your customer data. We format it in a specific way and feed it into the Facebook algorithm, so to make it a specific way. So this one, I won't really share too much about how we do it. And then we also do interest-based. So we like to test basically every type of audience that you can think of to try to see where is the best source for top of funnel. And then from there, we found 2 winning offers / angles that crushed it across 30% of our audiences. So we started to scale into different countries, and we replicated our winning creatives to create 5 to 10 other winning creatives. And this took our product launch to over 65K in August. And after the huge spike, we actually ran into the stock level issues. So we had to scale down, and we maintained about a 40K for a couple of months. So if you see here, I think September was about 40, 41. I think October was actually exactly the same number. So yeah, 41,666. And then we can see November is actually when Black Friday hit. Now, this is a key point before I just click on this. We started testing all of our Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas offers and stuff all the way back in September. So we actually we wanted to save some money on our CPMs because, in Q4, they actually get really, really high. So when November came, we launched our BFCM deals and we actually hit our first 90K plus month. So if you see here for November, we actually did 91,000. And I can actually go back on this ads manager to November just to see what those numbers look like here. So you can see on November, we actually spent 21K on ads, and that was about 12 million. Clearly there was an issue here with tracking, but what we tracked was about $21,000 in sales in ad spend here, and we weren't even running Google back then. So from 21K is about 90 in sales, and we got to add there was a lot of email stuff that came in because we ran a few campaigns. So overall, it was about a 4x ROAS plus, at least on the advertising level. What we did there is we had 3 simple offers. 60% of the budget was on cold traffic and the rest was on retargeting. And, after New Year's, we actually saw a pretty, normal dip in sales. So if you see December was actually a relatively good month as well. It's about 60K. January, we started off the month, we did about 52K. And this is usually normal because in Q4, there's a lot of sales volume and it tends to go down. Buying intent goes down as well. So we started to notice that, as we increase spend, we wouldn't see the increase in sales. And this is where we needed to do a new approach. And this is a big thing that I like to talk about, which is, what got you here won't get you to the next level. So we went back to the drawing board. We sent a survey to all of our existing customers on email, and we gave them a chance to win a prize if they answered the survey about why they actually bought the product. We realized that we were only targeting 10% of the total addressable market with our current angles. So we took all that data and we built out new angles, new offers, new creatives, and launched brand new tests. And results started to look pretty promising. And you can see that on the ads library as well. So going into February, we started testing out some new angles. As you can see here, this is not really adding up, but you could add these up. It's about 10K here, 15K here, 5K here. So it's about somewhere around the 30K range, I would say, in terms of conversion value. And then going into March, we actually started to scale up spend a little bit more. So we got some UGC videos, we hired some creators, we scripted all their ads, we edited their content, and we launched a middle funnel nurturing campaign. And this allowed us to really print money with our conversion campaigns. So this one right here, which is called this one right here. If you see, there's actually 0 conversion value and it only spends $178. But if you could see, it actually got about 72,000 impressions, and the CPM is actually 2.4 because this is a reach campaign. We're not actually looking to sell anything, but what we do is we run customers and existing people in our audience through a content funnel that nurtures them and makes them truly understand the product, because these people have shown interest, but they didn't purchase. So clearly there was something missing in their customer journey. And that led us to April. So for April, we actually had some pretty good momentum. As you can see, we spent 36K and we got 79K back, which was about a 2.17, which is still extremely profitable for this brand. They have about 70% profit margin. So their break even is a 1.43. April was also a really good month. As you can see on Shopify, it was about 114K. We spent about 34K and did 72K in sales, so a little bit lower in ROAS. However, this was still us planning into how we were going to scale again, because this wasn't really considered scaling. This was just the baseline normal now. And then going into this month, as you can see, we're only on the 19th of the month. We've spent 28K on ads so far, and we're sitting at about 90K in sales, which is about a 3.15 for the month. And we think if we are able to spend another 30K by the end of the month, we should be able to hit about a 180 to 200,000 with all of our email revenue. So this leads us to where we are now. Like I was saying, we're growing about 20 to 30% monthly this quarter, and we're looking to hit 200K per month, either this month or next month. I just wanted to quickly mention that your average ad agency wouldn't have even bothered to look at 90% of the stuff that we did for this brand and we do for every single one of our clients. And that's because they only care about one thing, which is just looking at this ads manager and making sure the numbers here kind of look good enough that you'll let them go on another month. If results are not too good, they'll just say iOS 14 caused it, and they'll just limp over that for a couple of months until you get rid of them and hire another agency and the process begins again. So they don't really care about whether or not the traffic they push to your website converts. They just care that you get enough clicks that you're happy with the traffic. So that's where we're different, because we're actually a growth partner. So we take a piece of performance rather than a hefty monthly fee. So we're actually incentivized to grow your business for you. So if you've liked what you've seen so far and you're curious to see about whether or not we can actually help your brand smash your growth goals, then I would like to invite you to click the button somewhere around this video and book in a discovery call. Now, it takes less than a minute to book in that call in your own time zone to make everything very, very convenient. And then what it will do is you'll get a full audit on your current acquisition strategy, a plan of action of exactly how we identify bottlenecks within your business, and the exact solutions of how to fix it. And this is whether or not we end up working together, because if we are a good fit and we don't base fit off of just how much money you have to spend with us, it's really a cultural fit. If we actually vibe with your brand, if it's something that we think we genuinely can help you with. So if we're confident in our ability to help you scale, we'll explore the idea of a potential partnership. I do want to mention that we do have an ROI guarantee, and this means that we're actually not incentivized to sell you on anything that we're not 110% confident is the best thing for your business, because otherwise we're just going to have to refund you. So go ahead and click the button somewhere around this video, book in that call, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.